Afternoon, everyone. I just would like you to imagine something for a moment. Imagine you're receiving a phone call telling that you someone you love need might be your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, or even your best friend has only a few weeks left to live because they heart is failing, and the only way that can save them is an organ transplant. Now, imagine waking up every single day hoping the phone will ring with the news that a matching organ transplant has been found. Every day becomes a countdown between hope and heartbreak. Sadly, for many families, that phone call never comes. According to the Health Research and Service Administration, more than 100,000 Americans are currently waiting for the life-saving organ transplant, and 17 people die every single day because of the organ they need. They never become available. Today, I just wanted to encourage you to register as an organ donor because one simple decision has the power to save multiple lives. If more people choose to not register, the shortage of donated organs will continue to drop, and thousands of innocent people will lose the chance to survive. First, I'm going to address some common myths about the organ donation, and I would also like to explain how the shortage is looking like at the moment. And finally, I'm just going to touch a little bit on the emotional impact that the families has with all this situation. So let's begin with the some misconceptions and myths that we have about organ donation. The first one is that doctors won't work as hard to save your life if you register as an organ donor, and that's false. Doctors have one job, and about everything else, they just need to use safety and save the patient's life. They won't consider organ donation until every single possibility and they have failed everything. The medical is that's trying to save your life is a completely different thing than the one that's going to do the organ transplant. The second is that people believe that they're too old or safe to become organ donors. Again, that is not true. There's no limit for organ donation. Every potential donor is evaluated individual by medical professional after death. Even people with medical conditions, they might be able to donate organs or tissue that can help others. And the third myth is that organ donation goes against religion. Well, in reality, most religions, especially like Christianity, Catholicism, Judaism, and many more, they support organ donation because they think that's an act of generosity and compassion and love for others. Now that we clear those up, let's just move on some facts. So the need of organ donations is more greater than the number of organs available. More than 100,000 people remain on the national transplant waiting list. And every single day, around 17 people will die with waiting. They're just statistics, but every number represents a person. A parent hoping to see the child graduate, a teenager waiting for another birthday, or even like a grandparent just wishing for more time with the family. The demand of organs continues to grow, but the number of registered owners just simply is keeping up. The success is caused by a lack of medical technology is because we don't have enough donors. We don't have enough people donating. But even with those numbers, they don't really capture the emotional pain of everything going on for the families. Now, just imagine a child laying on a hospital bed. Just imagine the parents just watching the machines, keeping the child alive. Would they wait for that phone call that could save the life of that kid and become a miracle? Every time the phone rings, they just hope it's the hospital, and every night they just go to sleep wondering if tomorrow will be too late, even if the doctors have done everything they possible can without the matching organ donor. There's just nothing they can do, not even like medicine. Now, imagine if the child doesn't receive the transplant, not just because science failed, it's just because we don't have enough registered donors. We never got the donor for that little child. Well, that happens every single day. Every time somebody chooses to not register as an organ donor, somebody will lose somebody they love. The heartbreak part is knowing that there's many of these deaths they could just be prevented by a simple decision, just choosing to be an organ donor. No, that was not about just that's in modern myths and facts. We see the evidence from the United States and we understand how serious this subject will be. I just wanted to touch the emotional touch of it. So I just wanted to ask you guys something. Even after thinking and considering all of this, would you like to donate or maybe register on your driver's license? You could be saving somebody's life just by that simple